Hello everyone, welcome to the reading. This reading will be about the energetic storyline of MeMe, DaBaby's ex-girlfriend. So let's get to the reading. So let's look up what her current energies are. So her current energies are kind of like her being silent, her collecting her thoughts, sort of like trying to process her emotions. So this is interesting. Let's look into that. What is that about? Let's see. What is she thinking? Why is she silent? Why is she basically meditating? Yeah, she's trying to sort of like understand the whole situation. Like if you look at this little bird, it's all basically broken down. So she's kind of like, I'm getting a feeling like she's in a lot of prayer at the moment. Sort of like she's asking for understanding, and asking for peace from the Most High, from Spirit, Source, God, you know, whatever her higher power is, wherever she calls it. So she's basically in that sort of energy. Let's look deeper about that. So yeah, let's see. What are her current energies? If a card doesn't pop out, I'll just choose from the deck. So yeah, she feels alone. You know, she definitely feels alone. So it's kind of interesting. It's pretty deep. Basically, she's like trying to process her emotions, her feelings, her thoughts, everything, you know. And she's basically really hurt, you know. She's asking for sort of like support, you know, and she feels really alone. She feels like she's alone in her journey. So that's pretty jacked up for her. Oh shit, it's a huge ass moth in here. Damn. Okay, I gotta be professional. What does she feel about how does she feel about Danny Lay? I have an issue with moths. So this is interesting. Right off the bat, she feels like she can't get rid of her. You know, she feels like she's always around. You know, she's definitely really hurt about her being around, or just about her even existing. It causes her pain. You know, I'm also getting the feeling that DaBaby is trying to kind of like have them be sort of like friends, you know, kind of like we're family sort of energy, so let's all like work together. You know, you can kind of like see that in the background. And then Mimi's kind of just like, nah, I'm good. So yeah, that's how she's feeling regarding her. She doesn't want to mess with her. She's asking a lot of questions like why. She's asking like the Most High why. She's asking DaBaby why. I'm getting the feeling that she's very like humiliated, in pain. You know, she feels like kind of like this is a challenge. So I'm getting a feeling like she might want to get back with him, which is funny because I'm getting the energies of it sort of being like a challenge for her. So like if she didn't care, you know, wouldn't be no sort of challenge, but she definitely feels like it's some sort of like challenge in this situation. Yeah, she feels like if she plays her cards right, she could kind of make things happen. So that's pretty funny. That's what this card is showing me. You know, she feels like kind of like if she plants like the right seeds, then sort of like the harvest will be abundant. So she's really like, she doesn't even want to think about Danny Lay is what I'm getting. Like, she doesn't even want to deal with her. Like, she's just focused on basically her family and getting herself situated. So let's see, what is MeMe's current dating situation like? Also, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I appreciate it. So yeah, she's not even trying to sort of like date or anything like that. You know what I mean? She's still trying to like gather herself. You know, her head is kind of like in a fog. You know, again, I'm kind of getting like, she's really embarrassed and humiliated. And I'm not saying that because of like the obvious situation of what happened, but it's kind of just like, yellow kind of has like different meanings to it. You know, it's not just about like gold and like life and stuff like that. And especially with it being with this green, it's kind of like an energy of like, she kind of feels really stupid. And I don't mean to laugh because it's a jacked up situation, but you know, that's what's being shown to me. So that's pretty funny. But yeah, she's definitely not like focused on dating or anything like that. You know what I mean? She still feels like she wants to get back with DaBaby. Saying that name is really funny to me, so that's why I laugh too. But yeah, she definitely wants to get back with him. She feels like that's her sort of like soulmate. So I guess that's cute. Yeah. You know, she kind of feels with this whole situation, like, you would think she would be mad at him, but what I'm getting is she's kind of just like, because of his position, she kind of understands it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a lot of people will look into the situation and would be like, he's disgusting, he's a monster. But she kind of sees him as almost like what he's doing is kind of like innocent. Like, sort of like, how can he help himself? You know, because of his whole position and all that. So let's see, what else? So yeah, she's just allowing him to experience, you know? She's allowing him to basically do what he does, basically, you know? And she feels like this is a experience for herself as well. You know, she feels like one of those ladies that can like basically like later down the line, I'm getting energies like she feels like she could be like, well, you know, this is what it was, but it worked out for us because I stayed and I stuck around and now we're together. So she's being hopeful, you know. She feels like, you know, the seeds of like loyalty that she's planting in the earth, she feels like it's gonna grow into something that, you know, something that will be positive for her, you know, where it'll work out in her favor. But let's see if it's true or not. Interesting. So this is about patience, you know. So I'm getting the feeling that if she's patient long enough, you know, when enough cycles pass, you know, things might work out in her favor. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. You know, so it wasn't talking about it wouldn't work out. I'm kind of getting the feeling that if she does stick around long enough, they might be able to build something back together. Like, or they already have something, you know, but they might, you know, be official and all that stuff. So that's pretty cool. So let's look at the rest of this. Let's see what is MeMe wishing the universe will do to DaBaby. So that's pretty interesting. What is MeMe hoping the universe will do to DaBaby? So she wants the universe to kind of like manhandle him a little bit, kind of like through karma, which is interesting. But she kind of wants the universe to kind of like subdue him, you know, because she feels like obviously he's out of control because he's doing him. So let's look deeper into this. Yeah, she's kind of just like telling like the universe, like, you see what he's doing basically is what I'm getting. She's kind of like, I'm putting in all this effort, which is symbolic of this guy with the arrow, you know, putting all his energy and his focus into like what he's doing, but she's kind of like looking at the heavens, kind of like I'm putting all this effort in. Like, are you guys gonna help me out? So that's what I'm getting so far. So that's pretty interesting. So basically what I'm getting from that is she basically wants the universe to kind of just, I guess, teach him a lesson, you know, show him what he lost is important, or what he's not caring about is important, which is her and the family that they have together. So let's see, how does MeMe feel about the current scandal that DaBaby's in? I know when I watch this video again, saying DaBaby's probably gonna sound funny as hell to me. And that moth is just chilling, so I'm so happy. Like, so yeah, she kind of feels like what goes around comes around type of energy. You know what I mean? She kind of felt like, you know, you humiliated me, made me feel kind of stupid. You know, like, so now it's kind of like your turn to kind of like feel that emotion. So she feels like it's a balanced sort of situation. So that's how she feels. But the funny thing is what I'm getting, like, she goes in a back and forth. So kind of like she wants him to feel some sort of like retribution, but then she gets caught up in her head about it. Like, she doesn't want it to be that way, which is really hilarious. I don't know what to say about that. But yeah, she feels like, I'm getting the energy that kind of like during this time, Danny Lay is kind of like, sort of like, I don't want to say it, but kind of like hoarding DaBaby, kind of like keeping him for herself, like not trying to let him basically like do his thing. Kind of like using the new baby, I guess, to kind of like have him stay around her, you know what I mean? Because it's like DaBaby's obviously doing his thing, but when he's not, you know, like performing or like making music and all that stuff, you know what I mean, she's like in the background kind of saying like, look what I have here, you know what I mean, like I have your treasure, you know, which is basically, I'm assuming, like DaBaby, the actual baby that he had with her, and kind of, I guess, like the intimate relationship that they have. So yeah, this is getting actually kind of interesting. So this is also, this has to do about like the possibilities of the whole situation. You know what I mean? It's kind of just like everyone has their own expectation is what I'm getting from this. You know what I mean? It's kind of just like MeMe has her way of how she wants things to go. DaBaby has his way of how he wants things to go. And so does Danny Lay. So it's kind of just like they all see the possibilities of the situation. Let's see what the outcome is. The outcome is sort of like, again, what goes around comes around. So that's going to be interesting, you know, like basically sort of like balance, karma, things are going to balance out. So that'll be fascinating to see. This is just like a quick reading, nothing too deep. So let's see. Let's see, what venture will MeMe be getting into? What sort of business venture will she be getting into? Oh, we're not taking that. So I'm getting the energies that her mind's not all there with it, nor is her emotions. So it's kind of like, I'm getting like the energies that like, she's sort of like sporadic. Excuse me. So it's kind of just like, whatever she is trying to work on or whatever she is doing, it's kind of not, it's not kind of being allowed to happen. Let's see, why is that? What is that about? energies that it's not being allowed to happen because she's sort of like enamored with sort of just like, I guess, DaBaby's sort of like resources and what he's giving to her. And because of that, I'm assuming that's why she can't really like focus on anything else. So I guess she's gotten used to his situation, his money situation, I guess. Let's see what that's about. Yeah, this is kind of like a card that has to do with like money, sort of like family resources. So like, I don't know if it's like child support, you know, I don't know like if they have that arrangement, but obviously he's sort of like helping her out because of like the kids that, or the kid or kids that he has with her. So that's really interesting. So that's what that's about. So let's see, what surprise does the universe have in store for MeMe? What surprises does the universe have in store for MeMe? I'm kind of just like throwing the cards around. Okay, if nothing doesn't pop up, I'll choose from the deck. So yeah, she's definitely gonna have sort of like, her surprise is gonna be kind of like, she's gonna be an artist, you know what I mean? And I know that's kind of like cliche because it's just like creativity, but I don't know like if she's gonna get into music or if she's gonna sort of like, I don't know, become some sort of like artist in the celebrity world. I don't know. So let's see what that's about. What is this sort of creativity about? Again, if nothing pops up, I'll just choose from the deck. So I'm kind of getting, maybe she'll get into sort of like reality TV, or possibly sort of like, I don't know, like radio or something. But it's showing kind of like, it has to do with working with people. You know, kind of like, sort of like dealing with people. So like, I don't know like if that's supposed to be like a radio job or something, I don't know. But basically, she's gonna be sort of like making content is what I'm getting. And sort of like, this content is gonna involve like other people. So I don't know like if she's gonna be giving advice or what, but that's basically what it was. Yeah, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Thanks, bye.